Forgive me for interrupting. I just wanted to introduce you to a dear friend of mine, Victoria Grayson, Emily Thorne.
Hello, Mrs. Grayson.
Ah, Miss Thorne. I was wondering who the late entry was on the guest roster.
Well, Emily's new to the Hamptons, but she really wanted to take part in your fundraiser.
Oh, how do you two know each other?
We volunteered together at the Met this winter. Apparently, being a sustaining patron just wasn't enough for Emily.
I try to give back as much as I can. Lydia, hi.
Oh, don't tell me you've taken up volunteering at the Met as well.
Emily's renting my house for the summer. We met briefly on the beach.
And then yesterday at the South Fork Inn. I hope your husband's feeling better.
Well, I'm stunned. You never can tell with people, can you?
Indeed. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Mrs. Grayson. Actually, would you mind terribly if I started calling you Victoria?
Of course.
Then good night, Victoria.
Good evening, Miss Thorne. If I'd known you were coming, we could have all ridden over together.
Oh, next time. Victoria, you look beautiful.
As do you. I don't suppose you've talked to Daniel.
Yes, we cleared up our misunderstanding. But if you're wondering why he's not here this evening, I'm afraid it has more to do with things at home than with me.
Emily.
Victoria, happy Independence Day. You really go all out for this holiday, don't you?
Well, there's nothing so precious as freedom, is there?
No, there isn't.
And you seem particularly untethered tonight. No, Daniel?
Unfortunately.
Well, Tyler said that you encouraged him to take that bar job. I just somehow can't imagine it'll last. But a boy just has to get certain things out of the system until he sees clearly. Try to enjoy yourself.
Victoria, what a surprise. Daniel's not here. He should be back shortly.
Actually, I came to speak with you. May I come in?
Of course.
I don't imagine I have to tell you that things between Daniel and myself have been strained since you've come into the picture.
And I hope you know I've never had any intention of getting between you and your son.
And yet here we are.
May I ask you, what is it about me that troubles you so much?
Call it maternal instinct.
Okay. I understand why you might not trust me. I know I wasn't exactly forthcoming with my juvenile record, but we all have things in our past that we wish we could change, don't we?
You missing something?
Oh, yeah, my PC. Could have swore I brought it home.
Well, maybe you left it at the office.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, stay for breakfast. It's time that Amanda get to know you better.
Well, I wish I could, but I still haven't told Daniel that I'm leaving his father. Can we keep it a secret just a little while longer?
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
Don't hurt my son, Emily. You'll live to regret it if you do.
The last thing I want is for Daniel to get injured in any of this. Assuming that you feel the same way, I think it's time that we work out our differences.
Yes, I think we can both do that. For Daniel's sake.
Victoria, I'm glad we had this talk. I really want to make things right between us. Especially since there's a chance that we could be family someday. Hello?
Is this Emily?
Yes, it is.
Emily, this is Victoria Grayson. I took a chance and dialed the number I had for Lydia's old landline.
And I hope I haven't disturbed you.
No, not at all.
I wanted to invite you over to the house tomorrow for tea. Is that something you think you might be able to do?
Yes, that sounds lovely.
Good.
I think it's time you and I get to know each other a little bit better.
I'm looking forward to it.
Till then. Daniel mentioned that you were a captain of an equestrian team in Barcelona.
Yes, just for a semester.
When was that exactly?
2005. Why do you ask?
I rode steeplechase when I was in boarding school at Montpellier. I'm curious what else we have in common. What are some of your other interests?
History, for one. I'm practically obsessed with it.
Funny. At my yacht party, you were more concerned with current events, it seemed.
Art conservation is another one of my passions. That's why I joined New York's Landmark Preservation Society. My father always said that our past defines who we are.
I would say our choices are what define us.
Maybe for the lucky. But sometimes in life, we're not always given a choice.
Emily?
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Well, your mother invited me over for tea.
Daniel, for God's sake, pull yourself together. You're a sweaty brute.
My apologies. Had I known my mother had summoned you, I'd have looked at least 50% less brutish.
No, it's fine. I should get going, really. I have to work out some issues with my realtor. Things got a little aggressive in our bidding war today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Will you be on the hunt for a fallback rental, or are you headed back to the city?
Actually, as of this email, I've just become the official new owner of the beach house.
That's great news. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, how about I make good on that date and take you out to celebrate?
That sounds great. How about tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's perfect. I know just the place. Come on, I'll walk you out.
Thank you so much for tea, Mrs. Grayson. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed this.
Fire and ice. When we first sat down to discuss tonight's occasion, I was immediately taken with the idea of an evening inspired by primal bookends. Fire and ice, beginnings and endings, and the love between a man and a woman. Tonight not only marks the final weekend of a remarkable summer in the Hamptons, it is also the celebration of my son Daniel's engagement to the lovely and beguiling Miss Emily Thorne. And though we've only known her for a few short months, Emily already feels like the piece of the family puzzle we never even knew was missing. In a word, I approve. And as anyone can tell you, approval is not something I give away freely. Where the hell is my son? Fire and ice. When we first sat down to discuss tonight's occasion, I was immediately taken by the idea of an evening inspired by primal bookends. Fire and ice, beginnings and endings, and the love between a man and a woman. Tonight not only marks the final weekend of a truly remarkable summer in the Hamptons, it is also the engagement of my son Daniel to the lovely and beguiling Miss Emily Thorne. And though we've only known Emily for a few short months, she already feels like a piece of the family puzzle we never even knew was missing. In a word, I approve. And as anyone can tell you, approval is not something I give away freely. Where the hell is my son?
Victoria, come on in.
When you and Daniel decided to get married, you probably never would have dreamed that your engagement would have included a murder investigation.
I don't think anyone could imagine something so horrible.
Well, under the circumstances, I would understand if you were reevaluating the future of your relationship. So, this is my engagement present to the two of you.
You want me to open it now?
No. I want you to hold on to it. And I need to know that you stand by Daniel's side, no matter how rough the road gets. If you abandon him, it'll send a very public message about his innocence.
Honestly, that never even crossed my mind.
Emily,
Victoria?
why did you come back to this house when we were all at the police station?
I knew that they would take Daniel's suit. I wanted to make sure that he had a change of clothing for when they did.
Well, that was quick thinking. Maybe your time in the juvenile detention facility will end up being an asset in Daniel's court case.
Victoria, come in.
I heard you took a nasty spill.
I'm fine.
Daniel told me about your breakup. I wanted to offer you my condolences in person.
I can feel your devastation.
Maybe now the two of you can move on and find someone more appropriate.
Suppose you'll be wanting this back.
The engagement gift? No, don't be absurd. Why don't you open it? You see, even long before the day of your engagement party, I knew that your future with Daniel was as empty as that box. Now, best of luck with your next endeavor.